were trying to do it, we couldn't do it. He's just relaxing, doing our thing. But let's see what he's got to say.
So that is Anthony Joshua making his way to the top table there. I know you don't want to see the back of my head, but I'll step to one side. So that is Anthony Joshua. I think we might as well stay just until Oleksandr Usyk enters the room. Interesting that there's all this talk, isn't there, on fight night that Joshua walks first. He may well have to play a waiting game with the ring walks, and if Usyk did so choose to delay it, he's going to wait now as well because Usyk is not here.
He's a game playing kind of guy.
You don't think?
He doesn't have to do
That's funny though, because of everything we've just said about press conferences, he's the master of playing games.
No, but when it comes to the fight itself,
it's business, strictly business. Yeah.
All this stuff, all this hullabaloo before, it doesn't mean anything. You're not going to get hurt. You're not going to get hurt with a flip of a coin or somebody doing some little juggling tricks. You're going to get hurt. So
what's going on, guys?
Play with that. But that making him wait and hang about, he just wants to get on with the fight.
Yeah, forgive me. I'm just trying to gauge the room here. Just doors are opening left, right, and centre, and there's a lot of people filtering in.
Good morning. I've been here watching the undercard press conference, which I'm going to be uploading after this. This is the live. Well, we are here live for the Anthony Joshua. Excuse me. We're here live for the Oleksandr Usyk versus Anthony Joshua 2 Fight Week press conference this Wednesday morning here at 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360 and the Fight View 360 podcast. You can check me out on Apple, Spotify, Google under Fight View 360, one word, or type in T Street Controversy, or just type in the fight information that you're looking for. So I'm very happy to be here. Anthony Joshua just arrived to the press conference. We're looking at him on the screen if you're watching here on YouTube. But there's Umar, IFL Umar. I believe that's him. Is that him? Maybe that's not him. Oleksandr Usyk just pulled up to the presser. I'm really interested in the weigh-in. We're going to be here Friday streaming the weigh-in, which is at about around this time. Also on Friday morning, about 9 a.m. Eastern. What is that going to be about? What is that, like 1 p.m. in the UK? Something like that? Whoa, okay. Usyk is showing up in some... Okay. I don't even know what to describe that. Is that a cultural thing Usyk just showed up in? Whoa, what is that? I like it. Looks like he about to dance.
Hey. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. It looks like badass, like he would fuck you up. Well, Oleksandr Usyk is wearing, I don't even know what to call it. Both fighters sitting down for the main event press conference. Okay. All right. The fight's going to be taking place this Saturday here in the States on the DAZN. The card starts at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on Sky Sports box office over in the UK for £27, 33 in American dollars. Felix Hergovitz taking on Zayli CCP Big Bang Zhang. Colin Smith taking on, oh, here we are.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the final press conference for the Rage on the Red Sea. At this time, we would like to honor our host nation, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, with their national anthem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the revered title, the most revered title in the history of all sports for 150 years is heavyweight champion of the world. From John L. Sullivan to Jack Dempsey to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, to the names we're more familiar with today, Lennox, Evander, Smokin' Joe, Muhammad Ali, and to the two gentlemen you're about to have a little bit of a conversation with right here behind me. Heavyweight champion of the world. That's the title everyone wants to be. When you have that title, you're recognized as the baddest man on the planet, the king of the world in all of sports. So here to tell us more about it and to get this press conference started is a gentleman who's no stranger to big fights and big fight atmosphere, as he's been around it his entire life. Let's turn it over to Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing.
Thank you very much, Michael, and thank you to everybody here today in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's an incredible turnout. It's been an incredible week. You know, looking around now, so many familiar faces. I look down there at my good friend Prince Khalid. This whole journey started via a phone call, a message on Instagram. You know, I didn't believe it was possible. And a few years ago, we staged, of course, the Clash on the Dunes in Riyadh, where Anthony Joshua regained his world heavyweight titles. Pandemic slowed us in our tracks, but the vision from you guys, from Saudi Arabia, from Skills Challenge has always been the same. Prince Fahad, Ravi, Skills Challenge, what an incredible team with a vision for the sport of boxing to invest from the grassroots up to the elite level of the sport. There are amateur tournaments taking place today, tomorrow here. We've seen participation levels up over 300% in the kingdom. There's Saudi fighters fighting on the undercard on Saturday. There's the first ever female bout, professional bout, taking place on the undercard to this show. And of course, as Michael Buffer said, there's the world heavyweight title. It doesn't get any bigger than that. And two greats of the sports, Oleksandr Usyk, the pound for pound number one in boxing right now, the former undisputed cruiserweight, the current unified world heavyweight champion. Also, Olympic gold medalist, as is this man, Olympic gold medalist in London 2012. In his 16th fight, he became world heavyweight champion. In his 19th fight, he unified the division in front of 90,000 people, beating Vladimir Klitschko. Then he unified against Joseph Parker. He's changed the face of the sport in Britain and around the world. Two tremendous fighters, two great athletes, two great champions, but also two great ambassadors of the sport that people, not just in Saudi Arabia, but all around the world can be inspired by. We're going to hear from them and their team. And of course, over to our partners, Skills Challenge. Prince Fahad, thank you so much for everything you've done. A major moment for the kingdom at the weekend, and everybody's so excited for the big night on Saturday.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you all, and welcome to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. If I may, I will speak in Arabic. في البداية طبعا احنا محظوظين بالدعم الكبير والاهتمام الكبير من قيادتنا على رأسهم مولاي خادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان وسمو ولي العهد الأمير محمد بن سلمان اللي يولي طبعا الرياضة اهتمام خاص والدعم الأكبر لنا والدعم الكبير أيضا من وزارة الرياضة وعلى رأسهم الأمير عبد العزيز بن تركي الفيصل اللي واقف مع جميع الرياضيين وكان واقف معنا طول الطريق. وطبعا ما انسى الشكر موصول لاخواننا في اتحاد الملاكمه وطبعا بسبب هذا الدعم وهذا الاهتمام اصبحت المملكه الان وجهه عالميه لاكبر واقوى المسابقات.
I'll translate for you after he's finished.
كافه الطاقات لتكون الاحداث والحدث هذا على اعلى مستوى. من نزال الدرعيه 2019 الى نزال البحر الاحمر في جده يؤكد حرص المملكة على أن تكون وجهة عالمية جديدة للملاكمة وبإذن الله نحن كشركة نسعد ونتشرف بأننا ننظم حدث كبير مثل هذا اللي يساهم في إظهار قدراتنا كأبناء وبنات الوطن أننا نقدر على استضافة حدث مثل كذا وعلى إدارة وتنفيذ الحدث هذا بكل احترافية.
He must be the money.
يعني I would like to thank Eddie, Matchroom, Aegis, and the champions here sitting and their teams. And I would like to say welcome to Saudi Arabia and good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Powerful stuff.
Thank you very much. And thank you again, as I said, to Skills Challenge and the entire team involved in Saudi Arabia. Thank you for always keeping to your word. Thank you for delivering on all your promises. And it's been a tremendous partnership working with you. And of course, our great team at Matchroom as well. So many to mention, but of course, Frank Smith done a tremendous job with Ravi at Skills Challenge to make sure this event is executed in the perfect fashion for this incredible World Heavyweight Championship. We go down to our other partners in this event. Of course, Alex Krasuk, Igis Klimas, K2 Promotions. Alex, it's been a great journey. Of course, yourself, we saw the reaction on your face when Oleksandr became the World Heavyweight Champion at Tottenham Hotspur. It meant a lot to you. Now, defending the title, different mindset. I'm sure Alex won't say, so it's just another fight to him, but a huge occasion on Saturday.
Dear guests, it's a big honor for us to be here, to be hosted by Saudi Arabia. Thanks a lot to His Highness Prince Khalid, for the whole team of Skill Challenge Entertainment, for the enormous work that's been done within the last couple of months. When we watched Usyk's videos from the training camp, we realized that he looks like a cyborg. He went through the hell in the training camp within the last 3 months, and it did not kill him, but made him even stronger. I've never seen him more determined than now. So not too many champions in the world can share their experience going through the war and making their way to the ring to defend their heavyweight crown. And it was an exclusively, extremely complicated challenge for him, but he seems to have passed it good. So he made his decision to take the rematch in these circumstances after he'd received a massive support from his Ukrainian compatriots. He was in touch with high-ranked military officers. He visited the hospitals with injured combatants. He was in touch with just common fans, and every conversation he heard words of support and blessing to take the rematch. So people wanted him to fight. People still want him to win. People want the Ukrainian flag to be risen. People want the Ukrainian anthem to be heard throughout the whole planet. And the whole world has to know that Ukraine is the country of free, transparent, strong, spiritual, and developed people. Not too many men in the world can deliver this message to millions, to 100 million people. And Usyk is able to do that.
He's starting to get a little propaganda-ish.
It won't sound fair from my mouth if I start to say how good this man is. Since I've been his promoter probably for more than 9 years. So let the history judge how special this man is. And I wish good luck to both fighters. Let the best man win. Inshallah. Thank you.
Igis been on the team for a long time. We were very confident in London. You were very confident in London. One of us was right, one of us was wrong. Hopefully that's reversed this time. But you know this is a great fight, tremendous occasion. You've done fights all over the world. Very special night in Jeddah on Saturday.
I'm still comfortable. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having us here in this beautiful country, Saudi Arabia. I can't explain my expressions, what I feel here, and people, how friendly people are, how warm we meet here. We are met here. It's unbelievable. Looking forward to come back, and if it's going to be possible. I wanted to thank Prince Khalid for putting this together. I wanted to thank for organization Skills Challenger, Matchroom, K2, to finding their ways to work out together. Of course, this was a little bit bumpy road, as always, but we made it. We're here. As far as talking about Oleksandr Usyk. I'm so proud to represent him. I can tell you, I never seen anybody at the 45 degrees heat to ride the bicycle for 100 kilometers. I never seen anybody swimming the day before press conference in London for 10 kilometers in the pool for 5 hours. I never seen anybody holding his breath underwater for 4 minutes and 40 seconds, almost passing away, shaking himself. And then I asked him, what's wrong with you? He said, I know I have a trainer behind me. He's not going to let me draw. He's going to pull me out. And I hope all of this is going to be helping him on Saturday.
I believe all that shit, too. Look at him.
Thank you.
Dude's a savage that can dance.
Thank you, Egis. Before we go back to the champion, Oleksandr Usyk, we go to the challenger, Anthony Joshua and team. Robert Garcia, straight in at the deep end. One of the biggest fights in boxing, the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. You've been part of the team for a while now.
You better shut up, Dwayne. The autistic barbers might cancel you. It's 2022, mate.
And ready to see AJ become the new World Heavyweight Champion at the weekend.
Definitely was a great experience, great being here in Saudi Arabia. Everybody's been very nice, very, very hospitality with us. And, the team did their job. Angel Fernandez, myself, the rest of the team, the champion did what he was supposed to do. We're ready. We're ready to do it.
Obviously, the first camp for you with AJ, probably seen a slightly different mentality.
When I first discovered Usyk, I swear I thought he was a vampire, like an old bloodsucker. And then I realized, he just does that to intimidate his opponents.
You and I know the team truly believe that he will be victorious at the weekend.
100%. It was a challenge. Obviously coming off a loss and getting to do the game plan and do it in training during mid work, doing sparring and everything. But at the end, the job was done. And like I'm telling you, I'll repeat you again. The rest of the team, everybody did a great job. Anthony himself followed instructions and. Now, the only thing in his mind is to become champion again, and I think Saturday night, we're going to walk out with those belts.
AJ talked to the media about the importance of the talk doesn't matter. What happened 5 weeks ago doesn't matter. It's everything matters on Saturday night. Getting it right. Obviously, you'll be a big part of that instruction on Saturday night, the tactics, the ability to adapt during the fight as well. But the mind frame seems in a great place for AJ to go out there, follow instructions for the weekend.
I think he peaked right at the right moment. This week has been, pretty easy for him. He's happy. He's smiling with everybody. He doesn't have a problem. I think that's a good sign of things going the right way, But training camp was awesome. Sparring partners did a great job too. So, we're ready. Like I said, I'll repeat it again. I think we're ready to bring those belts back home.
Thank you, Robert. AJ, back in Saudi Arabia, of course, you've been here many weeks now. In fact, people ask me, how's the experience been in Saudi Arabia? And sometimes I say, if you need to know, AJ's been here 4 or 5 weeks. That tells you everything you need to know about the hospitality and how comfortable you are here. Great memories here. That was the past. I've seen you put the pressure on yourself this week to say, I must win on Saturday night.
Yeah, thanks to everyone in Saudi Arabia, my friends, my team at the front there, Prince Khalid Skills Challenge, his family as well. My boy Banda sitting there as well. Just shout out to everyone first and foremost for taking care of us while we've been here. And that's it. Must win. I like the pressure. It's been tough. Robert Garcia, Angel Fernandez, and existing members of my previous team as well have definitely pushed me, challenged me. But mostly just get the job done. Instinct, stay focused, get the job done, and God willing, we're victorious.
For many years, you've been the guy who British boxing, sometimes world boxing, has been on your shoulders, has been following you around to all these big stadiums as well. Feels a little bit different this week as well. You're still the big star, but you're the challenger. Oleksandr Usyk has those belts as well. You go into the ring with none of them, but can leave with all of them on display here. And the Ring Magazine Championship, I know that you talk about this fight for you is not about the belts. Is that what it comes down to? Just about competition, about winning, to have the hunger after everything you've achieved out the ring, inside the ring, you still want to win so bad at the weekend?
Yeah, it's competition, right? So you set a goal. I've got goals that I want to achieve in the ring on the night, and I'm going to be disciplined enough and follow them through. So yeah, that's like competition with myself. And as you mentioned about the belts, they mean something, but that's all at the end of the target. So it's not like I'm skipping the process. So I'm focused on the process.
And finally, you've been through some tough times inside the ropes and come through the other side. Mentally prepared to do whatever it takes at the weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to compete. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't really say much else, but you got to have a competitive spirit.
Beats headphones, earbuds.
Thank you. AJ, Oleksandr, welcome. The world heavyweight champion. Defending that for the first time, the rematch, the biggest fight of your career, of course, on Saturday night. You've looked to be enjoying your time here.
Look at this maniac. Love him to death.
You feel good for Saturday night.
Good afternoon, Saudi Arabian. Хочу подякувати тим людям, які надали можливість тут боксувати.
First of all, I want to say thank you to people who allow us to box here.
Prince Khalid, thank you so much. Це дуже важливо для мене, для моєї команди, для моєї країни.
It's very important for me, for my team and for my country.
Я дуже радий, що я тут знаходжусь. Я вже не перший раз, я третій раз знаходжусь в Саудівській Аравії.
I'm really happy to be here. It's not my first time, it's my third time already in Saudi Arabia.
І мені здається, я буду повертатись сюди знову.
And I feel like I'm gonna be here again and again.
Thank you.
Imagine seeing him walking down the street and somebody tries to fuck with him, not knowing he a boxer, then he just start dancing and shit and then beat your ass. Wearing that fit.
AJ will be better in this fight. You've also said you believe you will be better in this fight as well. Are you expecting a more competitive fight this time around?
What up, Hassan? Nothing. Just this right here, what you're seeing on the screen. What is this attire called? I want to wear that.
Так, я розумію, що другий поєдинок, ми друг друга знаємо, і Джей подивився наш перший поєдинок.
He's insane.
Yeah, it's true. We learned each other in the first fight. He learned me, I learned him.
Але мені здається, це не буде новий поєдинок, це буде продовження, то буде 13-й раунд, 14-й, 15-й, там скільки їх буде, тільки Бог знає.
But I don't think it's going to be the new boat. It's going to be the last boat will be continued for the round 13, 14, 15, or whatever it's going to last.
He don't dance either. He break dance.
У нас було достатньо часу, щоб повивчати один одного.
We had enough time to study each other.
І в суботу буде дуже гарний поєдинок.
And this Saturday night will be a great fight.
And finally, Oleksandr, last time you two looked deep in each other's eyes. You had a long face-off. AJ talks about competition, about the love of the sport. Is that what it's about for you as well? Competition and winning?
You can't wear some shit like that to a press conference with a haircut like that and lose, because imagine if you get knocked out. That hair gonna be flopping all over the place. Whatever you call that up there.
We were born to compete for life, for belts, for anything.
Хто цього не робить по життю, той не живе.
The one who does not compete does not live.
Все наше життя то є якісь змагання за щось, за когось.
All our lives are competitions for anything, for something, for somebody.
От ми і змагаємось.
That's why we are competing.
Thank you very much.
Cool ass handlebar mustache too.
Anthony Joshua, Robert Garcia, Igis Klimas, Alex, Prince Fahad, thank you so much. Prince Khalid, Skills Challenge. Well, there you have it, guys. Just a few days away now from the Unified World Heavyweight Championship here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Looking forward to a tremendous event, a great undercard, and of course, the biggest prize in boxing, the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to have a head-to-head up here now. Sorry? Sure, AJ.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to thank my sparring partners as well. My sparring partners, you know, over the months. I just wanted to thank my team, Wadi Camacho, Thomas Carty, Adrien, Victor, Shukran, Danis, Dempsey, Marco, Aziz, Kem, Tavis, DJ, Isaac, Cassius, Naz, Kieran, all my sparring partners, because I think that they don't get enough credit as well, that they come in and push me so much. So I just wanted to big up my sparring partners, some are in the crowd now. We're still working. Yeah, I just wanted to not forget them guys, because they're the ones that are the ones that are pushing us day in, day out. So,
Oh my God, Hawker, what is going on with you? We're gonna have a talk with HR about you, bro.
AJ just thanked his sparring partners, and I want to say how important they are. These are the people who make us better.
Thank you, guys. Two great role models, two great ambassadors. As I said, this is the most wonderful sport. And when you have champions like this, we're very proud to represent them, to work with them. And of course, they can inspire not just people in Saudi Arabia, but people around the world. This is a great sport, great people, and they will go to battle for our entertainment on Saturday night. Let's always respect not just these sparring partners that prepare them for war, but once again, these two great fighters up here that are willing to go to battle for our entertainment at the weekend. Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua, thank you so much.
All right, we're going to watch the face-off, and then we're going to talk about the fight after the face-off. We're going to go full screen. By the way, I had a handlebar mustache before. Want to see? Look, that was me. I was doing cosplay. But yeah, I like handlebar mustaches. Arf, arf. By the way, how you guys been? You guys all right? We're going to talk about everything after the face-off. This is live real time. But yeah, what is that call that Usyk has on? I want one. I'd walk around the house in that shit. But yeah, the hairstyle was not new. He says he does this to intimidate his opponents. I found this out about 5-6 years ago when I first started covering him when he was fighting on HBO. I've seen every single Oleksandr Usyk fight that's available online. But imagine, like, you looking at him and you like, yo, this motherfucker's probably going to beat my ass. And he's dressed like this in 2022. Oh, and he's singing. Oh, he's going to dance. Oh, he's going to dance. Oh, it's coming. He going to do it. Oh, I am so excited. Yo, it's coming. Please dance. Please dance, bro. You got the whole stage. That hair scary as shit. Please dance. He had the whole stage. He could have started breakdancing. He had the whole damn stage. I know about Thurs, Hassan. I'm talking about what the Ukrainian. I know what a Thurs is. I'm from Philly. Hassan, what is going on with you? Man, I wanted to see him dance. Well, we're going to wait for Sky Sports to do some interviews with both of the fighters. By the way, this card has a special start time here in the States, mostly because it's over in Saudi Arabia. So normally if you watch UK fights start to finish like I do, being a boxing degenerate, it's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern on the DAZN. Normally their cards start at 2 p.m. Eastern. Remember, wasn't Ruiz Joshua 2 main event earlier than normal for UK time? I'm talking to American fans. But it's going to be on Sky Sports pay-per-view over in the UK. What is it, 27 pounds or something like that here in the States? The DAZN costs you a little over $21. I did a preview video on the undercard. They've been doing this all week, yo. Like, people just keep walking through. They need to make sure they put up a barrier next time, or at least for the weigh-in, so people don't go walking through their shit. No, I didn't want to see him twerk, Fluffy. I wanted to see him do the dance when he do that shit. What's that dance called? When they kick their feet up? I thought he was going to do that. That's why I thought the camera zoomed out. I thought it was a whole planned. But y'all know I'm kind of like a simpleton sometimes, so I'm all for the dramatics and the showmanship. But listen, I've said it before. I got Anthony Joshua losing again. Remember what Tyson Fury said to Deontay Wilder is that he can have Malik Scott all he wants, but he's just going to go back and revert back to being who he really is. And what he's going to do is, I think that no matter what Robert Garcia is going to have been teaching him, he's still going to be who he is. The Rob McCracken is still going to linger over. The early people who taught him how to box is still going to linger over. And once that happens, he's going to start trying to outbox Oleksandr Usyk, and that's when he's going to get his ass damn near stopped again, or possibly stopped. I'm not confident in saying that I see Usyk stopping Joshua, but we know from what we saw in the first fight that it is a possibility. Joshua weighed in at 240 for the first fight. And Oleksandr Usyk a little over 221. The lowest Joshua's been in his career was early in his career, but recently, in, let's say, for example, let me pull it up real quick. Go look at his box record, waiting for the fighters to come in and do some interviews. But here, let's do it this way. Keep that, and let's go leave that up there. All right. So Anthony Joshua, 24-2 with 22 KOs, 32 years old, 6'6". I met him in person at the Joshua versus Povetkin first press conference when the DAZN had just announced. It was their first ever press conference, really lavish, posh event in Middle Manhattan. I was like, yo, this shit is nice, and boy, how the DAZN has fallen since. But anyway, 24-2 with 22 KOs, 32 years old. The last fight, he weighed in at 221.25. He started his career at 229, I believe, 230. But since then, you've seen him go all the way up to 254, where people were like, yo, that bodybuilder shit. Even myself, I said all that muscle going to catch up to him. You know, especially when you got guys like Tyson Fury, you know, who can move around and box, Oleksandr Usyk, who, as we've seen, and even Deontay Wilder, that if you don't do a lot of movement or smother his space, he will knock you out. For example, even back then, when we wanted the fight to happen before both fighters were defeated eventually, I always had Deontay Wilder beating Anthony Joshua because I just feel that one punch would really send Anthony Joshua to hell. Like, I really think that he will lose. But since he's lost a significant amount of weight, came in against Andy Ruiz at 237 pounds. After weighing in for the first fight, 247. But I just feel, and you know, a lot of hardcore fans are going to be mad at me for saying this, especially hardcore Joshua fans. I feel, if it makes sense, I feel that Andy Ruiz lost that fight more than Joshua won it, because Andy Ruiz lost that fight before he even got in the ring. He let the money, and I can say it because I'm Mexican. You know, and I'm half Mexican, half black, and half Irish, for those who don't know. But I've seen, and don't you dare question it, it's 2022 and I can get you canceled. But basically, all the fucking carnitas and the tacos, you know, like, and we've seen him on his YouTube channel and his Facebook page and his Instagram eating the tacos. So that's not bigotry. He started eating his ass off. came in weighing at 283 fucking pounds, bro. Look, for the first fight, he weighed in at 268. Came in at 283 for the second fight. And then he did get down, Mina Andrew Ruiz. He has been looking good. He's fighting Luis Ortiz in 3 weeks, by the way, on PBC on Fox pay-per-view here in the States. So he has been looking like in shape. For example, when he fought Chris Arreola, he was 256. You see what I'm saying? Damn near 30 pounds he lost. That's good, Hawker. You can be half Jewish. That's good. You can identify as anything these days. You know, one day I might even I almost identified as Puerto Rican last week. No, 2 weeks ago, because I got tired of, who was cussing me out? I forgot what Puerto Rican fight I was covering. It wasn't Danny Garcia. I think it was Danny Garcia, but all these Puerto Ricans kept giving me shit. So I was like, you know what? You can't beat him, might as well join him. So I almost identified as Puerto Rican, but not yet. Not yet. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, we're waiting for Sky Sports to interview both of the fighters. This is why their stream is still live. But somebody pointed out to me in a comment as I was doing my stream yesterday. For those who don't know, we stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that is subject to change depending on how good of a fight it is going on that week. For example, I didn't stream during the Virgil Ortiz, Michael McKinson fight week because, frankly, I got other shit to do. I'm not going to be, But if it's a press conference, something significant like this, then we will be streaming during the media events as well. For example, we're going to be here tomorrow at this time as well, streaming for the weigh-in. Also, guess what? It's happened. Y'all said I was talking shit for all of this time. What has ended? Where's the interviews? Y'all said I was talking all this shit. Well, guess what? T-Street's got a podcast. We're on Apple. And the links are down below in the description box. In fact, I'm going to paste it in the chat for you so you guys can go download some episodes. It's the least you can do. I'm not doing this for my health. But yeah, here's the links to my podcast. We are on all of your podcast listening platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, Podbean, Pod something. We're on everywhere. iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Tune In, which I'm really excited about because you can listen in on your Alexa. If you have Alexa, shut up. Sometimes she likes to listen in and intervene. But yeah, let's go back and watch the face-off again, though. And for those who got to the press conference late, let's show you how Usyk pulled up to the press conference. Dude is the man. Dude is the man. Joshua shows up first, but then Usyk came in and stole the show. So there's going to be exclusive episodes for the podcast, but episodes like this will be available on the podcast as well if you just want to listen in. So it's under Fight View 360, all one word, or you can type in T Street Controversy or whatever fight that you're looking for. So for example, I have a Canelo versus Golovkin 3 preview up, multiple previews on this, Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, and the Adrien Broner saga. So I'm going to be uploading multiple episodes throughout the week, giving you an in-depth breakdown. And you know what I noticed about a lot of podcasts? They don't really break shit down for you, like really talk about, like the details of the fight, like who's next and, things like that. But look, my man Usyk is the man. I love that outfit. I would wear that. Look, that's the walk of a man right there. You see how powerful that walk was? That's how a real man walks. You guys don't know nothing about being real men. Now, of course, T-Street's a real man. No OnlyFans yet. I might do anonymous feet pics to fund my boxing ventures. T-Street needs some money, man. T-Street got like thousands and thousands in legal fees and shit. T-Street suing everybody. You want to be sued? Don't mess around with me. I'll sue you. Don't mess around with me. I will sue your ass. But how do you feel that Robert Garcia is going to help Usyk? Help Joshua. I'm not sure if I feel that Robert Garcia can really make too much of a difference. I mean, what is he going to do? Teach him, how to be, what? To try to be a pressure fighter? Is it too, like, how is he going to do that when Joshua's been fighting the same old way? He's going to have to go to the body. That's one thing he's going to have to try to do. But Oleksandr Usyk is a very, very smart fighter. So, of course, he's going to be expecting for Joshua to change his game plan. He's not the type of fighter that's going to be like, yeah, and he don't have no vices that we know of. So this is a guy that lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes boxing. For example, listen to this crazy ass shit that Igor Klimas said, manager of Usyk. By the way, Lomachenko arrived in the States last night. He is here. He's reportedly rumored to be fighting Jermaine Ortiz, the guy who had beat Jamel Herring in October the 15th. But listen to what his manager, Igor Klimas, had to say about Usyk and how he trains.
People, how friendly people are, how warm we meet here. We're met here. It's unbelievable. Looking forward to come back, and if it's going to be possible. I wanted to thank.
Yep, Loma is in the States. He's been here since yesterday.
Putting this together. I wanted to thank for organization, Skills Challenger, Matchroom, K2, to finding their ways to work out together. Of course, this was a little bit bumpy road, as always, but we made it. We're here. As far as talking about Oleksandr Usyk, I'm so proud to represent him.
Now listen to what he says here about his training regimen. Like, this guy's an animal, man, and you just love him to death, and he can dance.
I can tell you, I never seen anybody at the 45 degrees heat to ride the bicycle for 100 kilometers. I never seen anybody swimming the day before press conference in London for 10 kilometers in the pool for 5 hours. I never seen anybody holding his breath underwater for 4 minutes and 40 seconds, almost passing away, shaking himself. And then I asked him, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "I know I have a trainer behind me. He's not going to let me draw. He's going to pull me out." And I hope all of this is going to be helping him on Saturday night. Thank you. We'll see you.
Come on, tell me you don't believe that shit. I believe every single piece of that. Come on, you don't believe that shit? Come on, you don't believe, do you think, does this look like the type of fellow? Does this look like the type of fellow that would just be like, bringing that, making some shit like that up? And also, just look at him. The guy's awesome. And we've also seen Loma do it before too. Loma's actually posted videos of him doing that same shit. So basically, Klimas was saying like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? And it's kind of morbid to talk about, but before, it happens when people are about to drown and whatnot, your body starts shaking and shit, and I'm guessing Klimas was freaking out and was like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? You got to fight, you fucking maniac, you trying to kill yourself? Jesus, Usyk like, yo, my trainer's back there. He got my back. Don't worry about it. I got this. Cool off. But the dude is too good, and I just don't see what Josh would see. The first fight, for one, Joshua was trying to box. He was trying to box. And I was like, what is this? What is he thinking? And that's because he had a whole bunch of yes men in his corner that he had to get rid of. Them telling him, yeah, everything's, you're doing good and everything. He going to need Robert Garcia, because when Robert Garcia get pissed, he start cussing at you. Like, what the fuck are you doing out there? You let him just, he start getting all like loud. I wonder if AJ can handle that. But I feel like AJ's been the same fighter for so long. Going to the body is just not really him, for a guy that moves like Usyk. He'll be getting out of the way of that shit. And I think that him trying something, so new with being with a new trainer for such a small period of time, really, that it may make him more vulnerable. And that he may get caught with something. Because Usyk is the type of fighter that figures you out and remembers, and clearly he is one of those type of fighters. He watches tape. You know how fighters say, I don't study my opponent, I don't watch no tape, I let my other opponents, I let my training team and staff figure it out. That's not Usyk. So he's going to be expecting for him to try something new. Maybe he already probably thinking he's going to try to go to the body, or he may going to try to sit down on his punches more. And defensively, AJ had significant issues getting away from the left hand. And that head movement, and all that, I want to pull up some highlights for you, but we really don't have the time. That head movement ain't no joke. As we've said before multiple times on the channel, Usyk is a heavyweight Lomachenko. And that's no matter what you think about Lomachenko and his losses to Salido and Teofimo, still, that skill set and style somewhat similar in the heavyweight division? What? Easiest target is the body. I guess you say the body. You are taught not to head hunt. What are you talking about, T Street? I know that already. Come on, Punch Quote. Don't talk to me like I'm some casual. Don't talk to me. I know that. Come on, don't talk to me like I'm some casual. But AJ, don't go to the body. Get out of here. And he has been a headhunter. We saw it in the first fight. But right now, I do feel that Usyk, I'm not confident that Joshua can do anything different, or that whatever Joshua does, Usyk can't figure it out. And we've seen him take some big shots. A lot of questions was answered. It's not talked about enough, but we've seen Usyk take some big shots from Anthony Joshua. He's not losing 2 in a row. No, Hearn says T is not giving AJ any respect. He's not losing 2 in a row against the same opponent. Well, that depends on if you were one of those people, and there was a lot of you, that thought that AJ was going to knock Usyk out because he was too small. Hey, you win some, you lose some. And that's what I say on my podcast and in my videos. Remember, we're not always going to agree. We're not always supposed to agree. You're going to have your opinion. I'm going to have mine. However, unlike many of my competitors, I'm not going to curse you out. I'm not going to say, you a dickhead and you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, hey, all right, bro. We're just going to see you on the night. And the good thing about it is I'm going to be here on Saturday. We're going to be streaming during the main event of the fight. So as soon as they start doing their ring walks, we're going to be here live, and we're going to be doing live fight commentary with my trusty. Here's my boxing scorebook right here. With my trusty boxing scorebook, and, we're going to be here. But, when you look at a rematch and the way the first fight went, for example, how did the first fight go? The first fight was scored 112-117 for Usyk, 113-115 for Usyk, and 117-112 for Usyk, 115-113 for Usyk, and 116-112 for Usyk. I'm cool with 8 rounds to 4, but that was really, and those 4 rounds, if I was really giving them to Joshua, it was because Usyk was like, all right, taking little breaks here and there. My prediction is Oleksandr Usyk by decision. That's it. I picked Oleksandr Usyk for the first fight for the same reasons. And just because Anthony Joshua has a new trainer, and I like Anthony Joshua, I do. And that's what confuses me and really kind of upsets me when it comes to, covering boxing on YouTube. It's like, just like, it's no disrespect. It's not like, you're a hater and all kind of shit like that. It's just like, bro, why can't a motherfucker have his opinion? That is my opinion. Like, I just think that Joshua, was going, it doesn't have enough. Let's go watch the face-off one more time. Just don't think he has enough.
And Anthony Joshua, thank you so much.
Howard Foster, he always got some shit going on with him. That was a UK judge that scored at 115, 113 for Usyk. He's always got some shit going on with him. Let's go full screen and watch the face-off. So once again, follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy. Also, my podcast links for Spotify and Apple are now listed in the chat and in the show notes. Once we get to a certain amount of downloads, we're going to start rolling out some exclusive interviews. I've never had any interest.
AJ, straight at the back. AJ, straight at the back with cameras.
Let's go, AJ. And you. You about to learn today. Let's go.
If AJ wins this, man, put him in the Hall of Fame. Dude already has a Hall of Fame resume, but if he wins this, he's going to be on top of the mountain for me. I'm going to say he beats everybody. Now, Usyk's a legit 6'3". I've met him in person, him and Joshua. I was up here because the way everyone cleared the stage, I thought he was going to start dancing. Remember, he's in Saudi Arabia doing this. I really wanted him to start dancing. The way the camera zoomed out and everyone got off the stage, I was like, he's about to start doing the what's it called when they do this? They're kicking their feet up and shit. What's that shit called? I thought he was going to start doing that. I was like, yo, you would have seen the biggest smile pop up on my face, but it didn't happen. Dreams crushed. It didn't happen. But yeah, guys, let me get up out of here. I got to go walk the dog and head to the gym. I am down 11 pounds in a week and a half. You like that shit? So I'm on the snack program by Victor Conti. That shit's, you know, it gives you the boost. And I have a whole bunch of content to upload. So remember, we're going to be here tomorrow for the weigh-in. Let me tell you what time the weigh-in is now, because I don't even know. Because they're in Saudi. Oh, by the way, I had some sweet handlebar a handlebar mustache. This was a couple of years ago during COVID, but I liked it. By the way, this is my I was working on the ranch. Long story, you know, but it was cold. But this leather, that leather was expensive. That shit was expensive. But where am I going? Boxing info, network, match room. Let's see what time this weigh-in is tomorrow. We're going to be here streaming during the weigh-in. You look like the village people. Don't mess with me, man. I had a switchy on that revolver too. That's what the kids say. They got these guns they're killing people with. They call it switchies. These little motherfuckers are nuts. Hold on, where's the weigh-in? I'm looking for it. I believe it's at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Hold on, let me see if I can find this weigh-in. Give you this weigh-in time. Joshua to, I could have just checked my email, duh. Okay, so it's going to be at 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow is the weigh-in. Okay, all right, so we're going to be up early for those who are interested. But also I'm going to be covering it on the podcast for those who want to listen in a little bit later on. And that time is because it's in Saudi Arabia. So this weekend on the DAZN at 12 p.m. I'll just show it to you guys while we're here. to show it to you guys. I'm so glad they didn't put this shit on DAZN pay-per-view. I would have been cussing and bitching up a storm. Yes, the weigh-in. Of course, the weigh-in is on Friday. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking today is Thursday. I'm tripping. You know why I'm thinking today is Thursday? Because normally they have the final press conferences on Thursdays. My bad, guys. And that's part of the thing about working from home. You really don't be knowing what the days are. My bad. My bad. I'm great. Cuss. Saeed. When you say that's how you say it. I was great. Cuss you out, bro. My bad. You're right. I'm like, why is he fucking typing it all caps? Yes, it is on Friday. It's going to be the weigh-in. It says 7:15 a.m. on DAZN. So I thought today was Thursday because normally for big fights, the final press conference is normally on a Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be a special start time. Oh, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern, not 12. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, guys. Let me get up out of here. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for my 6 p.m. stream, where every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, we stream at 6 p.m. Eastern and talk about multiple boxing topics. For example, yesterday, we talked about Usyk versus Joshua. That was Tuesday, Usyk versus Joshua 2 Fight Week preview. You can listen to that on my podcast. We also talked about Adrien Broner pulling out of his fight with Sergiy Lipinets. I meant with Omar Figueroa for mental health reasons and how they called bullshit, meaning Tank Davis and Omar Figueroa. And my Spotify link is not working. Okay, got to fix that. And we talked about the return of Teofimo Lopez. Okay, so I got to fix that. Here's the links to my podcast. On Spotify. There, I just put it in the chat. So I don't know what tomorrow's topic's going to be. Likely some more Joshua Usyk talk. Eduardo, Emmanuel Navarrete versus Eduardo Baez. That is happening this weekend also. And then we're going to talk and recap the final press conference for Omar Figueroa versus Sergey Lipinets. Who else? Alberto Puello versus Gutierrez Akhmedov. And I forgot who's opening up the card. But yeah, those links right there that I just put in the chat, that's the links to my social media. See you guys later.